another edition of the MetsXMFanZone podcast, home of your everything New York Mets. If you guys love our shows, please always tweet, like, and subscribe so that way you don't miss a moment of our podcast. If you guys love our shows, you guys could always subscribe on all of major platforms, and you guys could check us out on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can find us on all major platforms. Also, we would like to thank our sponsor for sponsoring here in our show today, SB Sports Athletics. All gear that you see that is being presented in our show SB Sports Athletics is sponsoring. So if you guys would like to check any of the gear that you see in our shows, you guys could go on to our website at MetsXMFanZone.com/shop, and you guys could purchase any one of our merchandising anytime on our website. So we got some good news for you guys today. We're going to be talking about some Mets. We're going to be talking about some trade rumors that we have been hearing the last 24 hours and moves that has been happening in the last 24 hours. So we're going to keep you guys up to date and up to speed with that. We're going to talk on the lineup also, as well as to giving you guys the pick for today's game. And also, we would like to thank our partners at DraftKings. DraftKings is the best destination spot for betting. I mean, if you are a big high bettor and you like listening to an analysis part, I'm here to give you guys all of your tips on who to bet, how to bet, when to bet, and of course, by doing that, if you are a new bettor, you guys, and you're downloading the DraftKings app, you could use the promo code MetsXMFanZone, and you get the first free bet on us. So you guys could check that out in the site description down below. Also, we would like to thank Rec Sports for also being partners of our live streams. Rec Sports gives you all nice athletic gear, easy to touch. Not only that, but synthetics free and everything like that. Not only does it give you the best quality merchandising for your gym wear when you're going out and you're working out and you're sweating, it's definitely very light to touch. So if you guys would like to check that out, you can check it out on our website at MetsXMFanZone.com/Rec Sports, and you guys can pick up your gear today, and especially for our women, because mainly for the women, all the accessories for them, but also for men as well. So you guys can check it out on our website. So, okay, enough with the advertisement. Let's get into the lineup for today's game. So, game does start at 4:10. It will be at Citizens Bank Park. The New York Mets are taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. We got on the mound for our Metsies is Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer has gone 3-1 in his last 4 or 5 starts. Looking really good, and I like to see what Max Scherzer is going to do today. And why I say that, I think Max Scherzer is going to be the top number 1 guy in the lineup here. I think he's definitely going to be a really good pitcher to execute a lot of the Philadelphia's pitching. And by the focus on that, I really do think that Max Scherzer is going to be your top guy in this matchup, because we got Christopher Sanchez pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies. He hasn't done really much. I mean, in his last 7 games, he's 0-0. He has no wins here. So, and he has an ERA of 3.24 with only 10 strikeouts in his last 7 games. But for Max Scherzer is 4-0 with a 3.71 ERA. So I would like to see being Max Scherzer to be the top guy on this one. If he could execute his curveballs, his sliders, and very well get it down into the dirt in today's game, is going to be very successful. And I really do feel that Max Scherzer is going to be that guy to come out on top in this pitching duel. And plus, we got some major trade rumors. We're going to talk a little bit right here after when we do the lineup card. So we got some trade rumors to talk about, and then we'll go from there. So All right, now let's give you guys the lineup for today's game. We got, again, Max Scherzer on the mound for the New York Mets. We got Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. And we're going to start off batting first and playing left field for the Philadelphia Phillies will be Kyle Schwarber. Batting second, playing shortstop is Trey Turner. Batting third, playing right field is Nick Caliendos. Batting fourth, DH in today's game is Bryce Harper. Batting fifth and playing center is JT Ramiro. Batting sixth, playing second base is Bronson Stoff. Batting seventh and playing third base is Alec Boehm. And batting eighth, playing center field is Brandon Marsh. And then batting ninth and playing first base is Cody Clemens. And here is your 2023 New York Mets, the Mutts. Batting first, playing center field is Brandon Nimmo. Batting second, playing right field is Sterling Marte. Batting third, playing shortstop is Francisco Lindor. Batting fourth, playing first base is Pete Alonso. Batting fifth and is the hottest hitter right now on the team and DHing is Tommy Pham. Batting sixth and catching is Francisco Alvarez. Batting seventh and playing left field is Mark Canha. And batting eighth, playing second base is Luis Guillaume. And then batting ninth and got called up for today's game and playing third base is Danny Mendick. In last night's game, the New York Mets ended up trading Eduardo Escobar in the middle of the fifth inning yesterday and picked up two players from St. Louis, which is Coleman Crew and London Murdoch. That's who the Mets ended up picking up yesterday in the middle of the Philadelphia game. And then the Mets called up Danny Mendick and is scheduled to play in today's game, which they called him up yesterday. And he's going to be playing at third base for the Mets today. So let's go ahead and give you guys the lineup. So now, how would I rearrange this lineup here? Now, I know that Brandon Nimmo is a very good hitter, but as of right now, he's not hitting so good. So what I would do is here, in my honest opinion, I would bring up Sterling Marte and have Sterling Marte bat and lead off the game. I would put him in the leadoff position because Brandon Nimmo right now, is not doing so well. And I think him transitioning and bringing him down in the lineup would make sense for the Mets because of his poor hitting right now. So, I mean, Brandon Nimmo is a very good hitter because we all know on how good he is. So, I do feel that right now he needs to come down in the lineup, probably a day off too, just to like reset himself. So I would definitely do something like that. But I would bring up Sterling Marte because Sterling Marte needs to start getting that back going. So I think that the confident booster would help Sterling Marte in being that leadoff position as opposed to being the second man behind Brandon Nimmo. And then Francisco Lindor should come down in the lineup to the fifth hole because, I mean, the fifth hole, I feel that's where he should be. Tommy Pham should be up and be brought up to batting third. I will leave Pete Alonso alone right there at fourth, because he's a power hitter, and that's what you need. You need that power hitter right in the middle of the lineup. Which, again, if the Mets really wanted to, they could have brought Pete Alonso down from the fourth hole to the fifth hole. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, but, I mean, he's your hot hitter, so you definitely want to keep him mid-tier. And then Francisco Alvarez. Francisco Alvarez is kind of slowing down just a little bit. No, I'm not going to worry about our young guys because I know that, right now our young players are going to start to get going just a little bit. I mean, he is right now having a little bit of a cold spell right now on Alvarez. He's gone 0-9 in his last 3 games. So, I mean, hasn't been looking so good. So, what I like that he was brought up a little bit in the lineup card, being there at the sixth hole. So I'm not worried about him really right now. I mean, should he be played? Should he play every day? Yes, he's going to play every day, but he's definitely going to get his 2 days off a week. So I'm not really worried there. But I think that the call for yesterday's game, he should have been in that lineup the day before too. So I think it was a bad call by Buck in not having him in the lineup in the start of the series. He should have been in there. And then we got Mark Canha. Mark Canha has come down to a little bit of life a little bit. He's 0-9 also as well in his last 2 games. Not looking really good. So with that being said, I would probably brought him down to the 9th hole. He is there in the 7th hole. Just right now, again, another guy that's struggling to hit against righties. He's 209 batting against righties. Not looking super good for him, but however, he does bat better lefties. He bats at like 245. He's giving you like 8. He's giving you 8 hits, 12 RBIs batting lefty. So with that being said, could he very well be a guy being put into the 7th hole? I would like to see him be brought up just a little bit. Mark Canha needs to be in the 6th hole, not in the 7th hole. Or I would have even put him in the 5th hole, in my honest opinion, because Mark Canha could very well give you some hits, but a guy like him needs to be up in the lineup a little bit more. But because there is a left-handed pitcher on the mound today, they kind of put him right where he needs to be. So he could very well give you the power at the end of that lineup. So I would give it the okay for today's game. So very well with the check mark there. Then we got Luis Guillorme. Luis Guillorme has been brought up back on the team. Love what I see out of Luis Guillorme. I think Guillorme should be in the 9th hole, not in the 8th hole. But I think that with his bat speed right now, he's batting 105. And in the last 2 games, he's 0-9 also as well. So it's not looking really good for Luis Guillorme too. So with that being said, batting at 202 against left-handed pitching, but not doing very good against right-handed pitching also. So I would like to see him being put there maybe in the 9th hole. But I think here is that they figured that he'd be best there in the 8th spot. To me, honestly, I think we've been brought down just a little bit more there in the 9th hole. And I would have probably brought up Danny Mendick from the 9th hole to the 7th hole, because Danny Mendick does have a really good bat. But against Christopher Sanchez, I mean, you kind of want to go with that lefty-righty sort of thing, because he is a right-handed batter. He does hit better against left-handers. He bats 328. So I like to see what Danny Mendick could do in today's game. Very well, a guy that's going to definitely execute pitches when you need to. So he will give you the opposite field position, because he does hit very well against the opposite field direction at 68%. So I would like to see Danny Mendick get a couple of hits in today's matchup. I'll answer your question in a minute. I just want to let me just finish this and I'll answer it. So that's what I would do in regards to the lineup. Now let's go with three stars in today's matchup. Now, I said yesterday, which I don't know if anybody could go back into the shows, but yesterday I did say Brendan Nimmo would get you a home run. However, against left-handed pitching today, I would not call that for today's matchup. But what I am going to call is Sterling Marte to give you a home run in today. He hits better against left-handed pitching. He is only 314 against left-handed pitching, I would like to see Sterling Marte give you a home run in today's game. So in regards to the categories of home run, if you are betting in today's game, I would go with Sterling Marte to give you a home run. When, I'm not going to predict when, but he's definitely going to give you a home run in today's matchup. And what I like, Pete Alonso hits very good against left-handed pitching, better than he does in right-handing. So I think Pete Alonso is also going to give you a home run in today's matchup also as well. And then I will also go with Danny Mendick. Danny Mendick pitch. He hits very well against left-handed pitching as well. He goes for 328 minimum through his whole career against left-handed pitching. So I would definitely like to see Danny Mendick to give you also a home run in today's game. Now, who's going to execute today? I would go with Francisco Lindor, 3 and 4. I think Lindor is going to give you some positive runs today, a couple of hits. So if you are betting in today's matchup, I would go with Francisco Lindor to go 3 for 4. I would more than likely go with Tommy Pham to give you a couple runs. Hits, runs, maybe a single or a double. Then I would go with Francisco Alvarez. And I would also go with Luis Guillorme. All these guys to go 3 for 4 in today's matchup. We'll see on where the lineup is going to go, on how quick this game is going to feel. But I would definitely go with Luis Guillorme to give you some doubles and singles. Now, go with the same thing with Alvarez, maybe a double, maybe couple singles. Then I would go with Tommy Pham to also give you another couple runs and single. I would go with 2 doubles for Tommy Pham, in my opinion. I would go with 2 doubles and maybe 2 RBIs. That's what I'm going to say with Tommy Pham. I would go with Pete Alonso for a home run. And I did say Sterling Marte and Danny Mendick. And then in the other category of pitching. So let's go with the pitching here. So now, as looking in the last 7 starts for Christopher Sanchez, he is 0-0, 0-0, with a 3.24 ERA. He's got 10 strikeouts. I want to see on what he could do today. I don't think he's going to be the over 4.5, because they got him here at 4.5. Probably max at 4. I don't see him going over 4 strikeouts today. I think there's going to be a very hitting day for the Mets. A lot of shake-up, a lot of things that are going to be done today's game. So I would go under. If you are betting against the Mets, I would go under that 4.5 for Christopher Sanchez. Now, for Max Scherzer, I think Max Scherzer is going to, if Max Scherzer is on with his curveballs and the sliders, he's going to have a good day today. I feel that he's going to have a decent day today. It's nice out. The weather is beautiful. It's 79 degrees out. It's at Simmons Bank Park. I think it's going to be one hell of a game. I think today's definitely going to be a pitching duel for Max. I think Max Scherzer is going to have to learn how to execute these the balls. I think he's going to have a really good matchup against most of these hitters. He does very well against Schwarber, and he does very well against JT Romero. So we'll get to see on what he could do against these guys today's game, and because of on how good Max Scherzer is, he is also 6-2. So, I mean, not so bad, this year for him. So, with that being said, I definitely would see Max Scherzer being the top guy to win in this matchup. Now, who would come in for him today? one or two guys. I think David Robinson is due. He hasn't pitched in almost a week. David Robinson, so I would see David Robinson coming out of the bullpen in today's game, and I would also say Drew Smith coming out of today's game as well. So probably those guys are gonna be coming out of the bullpen, and probably Ottavino to make a save for today's game. So I would be really interested to see on what those guys could do against a really good hitting in with the Philadelphia Phillies, because the Philadelphia Phillies do have a very good hitting lineup. So I mean, pitching is really not a strong part in this here, because this year hasn't been very well because of losing Edwin Diaz, because it really messed up that whole bullpen. And I feel that it just took the life out of this team when he went down. So, with that being said, that's my analysis on the roster part. But talking about injuries, Jeff McNeil went down on an injury in yesterday's game. Right now, he is day to day. It's nothing too serious. But from what we are hearing from what I heard from the organization as of this morning, he is going to be day to day. But I think he's definitely going to be on the trading block for sure. He's not looking good this year, and I really do feel that I would rather have had Louis Guillaume there as opposed to Jeff McNeil. He's just not having a very good year this year. Very disappointing to see on what Jeff McNeil has done. So that's the news on that. I'm willing to take some questions and answers from you guys. We got 3 questions. I'm going to answer the one on Facebook, and I'm going to answer the 2 on Instagram. So let's go ahead with the first question here. We're going to go with Ed on our Facebook fan page. So it says, the question here is, I guess with Escobar going to the Angels, does this open a spot for Ronnie Mauricio? No, it doesn't. Why I say that is because Ronnie Mauricio does not need to come up right now. There's no need to rush up your young stars right now. Why I say that is because, granted, yes, is Ronnie Mauricio good? He's not fit for Buck Showalter. Buck Showalter is not going to play him. If you couldn't play Ventos, what makes you think that? What makes you really think that Buck is going to put him in the lineup? It's not going to happen. They're very stuck on the veterans right now, and Ronnie Mauricio is not going to be playing here right now, especially if Buck Showalter is managing this club right now. He's not going to come up. I don't think that the Mets are going to do something like that. But it's very frustrating because we want to see a lot of the youngsters from our minor league system. I just think that the minor league system is so damaged right now. We got rid of so much to the point where we got nothing left to put out there, for the Mets. So I think the Mets are looking to reamp their starting rotation, their pitching staff and whatnot. But from what I'm hearing with the organization, Christopher Corbin could very well be coming into the New York Mets. Don't know we don't know on when that's going to happen, if that's actually going to be a thing. I know when I spoke with the organization earlier this morning that the Mets are interested in actually getting Corbin here to the New York Mets. So that could very well be a move. I don't like it. I don't think it would be a good move for the Mets, but that's from what we are hearing as of right now. So that was going into Chris's question on Instagram. Could the Mets be getting Corbin? Yes. So from what I know and from who I spoke with in the upper office, that it could very well be here probably in the next week or so. So this is very likely that the Mets will be doing it. But from what I'm hearing is that the Mets are still talking to Ohtani's agent. I don't think that the Mets are going to bring him in this year, but if the Angels go really sour, which don't know really what they're doing right now, but if they tank, I think Ohtani would probably be with the Mets going into next year. Probably not this year right now. But the Mets are they're done. They're done in my honest opinion. I don't think that the Mets are. I mean, we're all hoping that they do very well, but just there's no life on the team at all. Period. So, which I'm going to go into Christine's question, and she wants to know: you think that the Mets will get rid of McKenna? Probably. I think the move. This is the move I would do. Well, these are the players I would get rid of right now. Tommy Pham. Even though if the Mets go completely nowhere after this week, I would trade Tommy Pham. I would trade McKenna. I would trade Marte. And obviously they're not going to trade. They're never going to trade Brendan Nimmo because he's a top star. Same thing with Francisco Lindor. He's your top star also, because somebody actually asked me this morning, you think that Lindor is going to get traded? No, Lindor is not going to get traded. He's definitely staying here. But I would go with Danny Mendick, maybe Tommy Pham. I would go with Marte. Those guys, if the Mets are looking to make some moves, that could very well be likely that they could be departed. But somebody was also asking me, which I was reading here in the comments 20 minutes ago. I'm like, what? What? Hold on. I was reading. Somebody said that the Mets should trade Pete Alonso? No. Why would you do that? Pete Alonso is your whole team. Next to Lindor. Next to Nimmo. Those are your three top guys on this whole roster. Why would the Mets want to do that? It would make no sense for the Mets to do that. Alonso is your top guy throughout, just for his career. He's not going anywhere. So, I mean, if the Mets were going to do that, I probably would have said no to that. So definitely I wouldn't. All right, so that's all the questions that we have for you guys today. Now, if you guys would like to submit your questions, please feel free to do so in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to watch today's stream, it is on our website at MetsXMFanZone.com. And if you sign up for just $9.99 today, we are giving away this whole entire week Buck Showalter's graphic T-shirts designed by SB Sports Athletics. We would like to thank them enough for sponsoring here on our show today. We would like to thank Rec Sports for sponsoring here on our show today. And you can get all of our merchandisers on our website in the comment section down below. Rec Sports and also SB Sports Athletics to get all of your Topps Mets gear throughout the whole entire season. And plus, we do have tickets. If you guys would like to purchase tickets, you guys could go to our ticket section on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.com, and all the tickets are 50% off on gated prices. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you guys in another edition of the MetsXMFanZone live podcast. We'll see you guys tomorrow right here. Mets will be getting started very soon. I would say in about another 45 minutes. The Mets are going to be playing against the Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. We got Max Scherzer on the mound for the New York Mets. And for the Philadelphia Phillies, we got Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. Game starts at 4:05. And we'll see you guys in tomorrow's live podcast. Be safe. Be well. Let's go Mets.